No, we're not. Well, audio's live, but video is not. Hold on. None of the cameras are working. I should check this. Um,
Fair enough.
okay,
I
we're
did
good.
rearrange the handouts a little bit, so it's a bit easier.
Okay, we are properly live, I believe.
Fantastic. Hello, everybody. Uh,
We are at
Yes, okay.
episode
We
3
sound okay.
of Avatar.
yeah, so we missed a week, so we might be a little bit behind. Did anybody remember what happened last time? Because I don't. We're a little screwed here.
Water River.
Surfer boy.
Surfer guy spy. Surfer spy.
Yeah.
Um,
What's it? Surfer Soldier Spy.
I was gonna say international surfer spy.
Yep.
Yeah.
We continued on. We took a boat that was, well, basically my family's, to
Your
the
family's
city.
hometown.
To the city. We said hi to my,
Duofay.
yeah, Duofay. Said hi to my aunt, who was like, "What are you doing here? This is a political nightmare if this gets out," kind of thing. Not necessarily a bad thing. Not a nightmare, but like a powder keg might be the right way to put it.
And it was a political nightmare because someone told somebody else that you were happily whiling your
Yes.
time away, waiting to get married off.
We don't know the source of that, but yeah, that's the story right now. Is that I'm off. I've been hitched, basically. Or I'm probably not actually married yet. I'm probably being courted, basically, whatever it would be. But yeah, basically.
Well, yeah, you were the equivalent of being married off to secure an alliance.
Yeah.
That's like the idea behind it.
Very normal and mundane kind of thing.
Mm.
And then we were gonna go find out basically like who caused the source of that. Was it my father? Was it his second-hand man / potentially evil, but maybe not evil vizier, kind of thing, or
advisor, not vizier.
No,
when you
you're
say
right.
vizier, it's automatically a goatee, and you have to kill him. No,
Marissa said vizier, I believe, last session, and so now I can't help but think of that. But yes, his advisor / like second-hand person. Or was it the Fire Nation themselves, or whatever? And then we're like, okay, let's go break into his house because I know a secret way in because I snuck out a bunch. And then, I believe his name was Hanzo. Honto arrived.
Not Hanzo. We don't want to deal with Hanzo.
No, that would be a whole different archery lesson in mind. But yeah, Honto,
and just was wandering in front of the house that we were trying to break into.
He was visiting.
In a moment.
Yeah, for no reason.
A bunch of soldiers, I think.
I assume. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's an important person. You don't travel anywhere without a bunch of soldiers if you're important in the Fire Nation.
Yeah. So just as you were about to use a secret entrance, Honto and his retinue of probably at least 7 soldiers behind him, came strolling into the courtyard demanding to see your father.
Yep. We were watching from a distance, kind of still in festival costume disguise garb. It's Halloween, basically, there. And it's Halloween here. So
the Halloween episode.
Yep. Part 2.
Interestingly, there is no guidance in this book for making spirits as NPCs. So I guess they just work the same as any other NPC.
Yeah, or they would just be an environmental thing rather than an NPC. It really depends. Because Last Airbender dealt with spirits. They're more alien, I think, than in Korra, in which case they were just NPCs.
Mm-hmm.
True.
But yeah, so yeah, you guys were. That's the exact situation. Like Honto's coming into the courtyard as you're you're not noticeable at this point. You're like off to the side trying to find that secret entrance, and yeah, but you do notice him come in.
Yeah.
I just remembered. I think what we were wanting to do first is sneak into the advisor's office to see if your letters that you sent were actually like received, right? Because that would sort of point us if like your dad is to blame or is it like his advisor / the Fire Nation.
Yeah, it wouldn't be singular because it's not like he's gonna have a folder of evil letters I didn't send to anyone kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like if you received a letter like that, you'd probably burn it, or you might keep it extremely hidden for like blackmail sakes or something like that. But
now I want to create a folder of evil letters that was never.
Do not send.
Just frame
keep
like,
it
no,
next to my
I
master
know it's the
plan.
advisor. He must be evil, even when he's like our ally, and you just forge evidence.
He just
now.
has the twirly mustache.
Yeah, it's the style. It's in fashion. Twirly mustaches.
Yeah. I think as Aeon sees the guy in the courtyard, I'm going to start flipping some switches and opening hatches and basically doing the best thing I can to get out of the suit that I am currently in for a moment and just... I'm wanting to go over there and say and talk with him, but I'm figuring that doing so in the suit might not be the best idea, considering we were trying to take it away
You want to
from
go talk to Honto?
Yes.
Weren't we secretly observing this to...
Well, you guys might have been.
So yeah, I think upon hearing presumably like the hissing steam, basically, even if it's not that loud, of the back of your suit opening up as you step out of it.
I think one of the big things is I'll ask you guys to watch the suit.
Okay, yeah. Quiwa's like, what are you doing?
I mean, we need to talk to him. If we can just get this sorted out, we won't have any more other issues. We won't have to be on the run anymore.
We escaped from prison.
I'll just
and
take us
stole
back.
Military technology.
That's why I'm getting out of the suit, so that we aren't giving it back right away until we know why.
Oh, you're making it easier for him to kill you.
Okay. Quiwa is very much on the edge of panic, and she's trying to figure out a compromise, and she says, how about we just follow and listen? Then we'll know what's up. And I'm like looking desperately at Aeon to see, like, come on, bite.
I mean, I guess we don't have to talk to him now, I guess, but this is something that needs to happen, but okay, we can follow now, for now.
Are we splitting into two teams, or are we diverting entirely to go follow the man who wants to capture / hurt us?
We don't know that. Anyhow, is he doing it in the meantime?
Bring the suit into this. I think Qui was rushing. She says, okay, bring the suit with you into the secret passage and leave it inside it. It's a tunnel, no one will find it. And then we split up, I guess. Okay?
I mean, we don't even know that he's not going.
We know he demanded to speak to my father, I believe. So,
isn't whatever's going to go on there a little bit more important than breaking in right now, or...?
We have to break in to do it anyway, though.
Yeah, they're both... I think they're both inside his house, where we have to break in for both. They're just in both different locations inside his house. So my idea is we break in...
office is close, too.
Okay.
Yeah, I imagine we break in, but then we go to two separate nearby places. One is the advisor's office, and one is presumably my father's office.
I imagined him standing outside and saying, like, I demand the ruler
come out. Bring him out.
Oh, bring him out? I don't think you'd want to talk publicly with him.
No. Yeah, he's currently a couple of Duofe guards come out and, speak with Honto and begin leading him and his entourage inside.
Quickly.
All right. And I'll kind of get the thing shoveled along inside, just off the edge of the secret entrance, and, give it a little pat as we go and continue on with you guys.
Earthbend the entrance closed.
Yeah, I give you a look, Baohu, like, I can't believe I'm showing this to you kind of thing.
Baohu is just literally like he's doing this. He's like, ooh.
I think it's something like that is very... Where does it come out? Where does the secret entrance come out to?
Well, I've got a question. How subtle is closing a cave using earthbending?
Well, I assume she had to open it with earthbending before, which you would sneak in.
Yeah,
right?
it gets open and closed each time, I think.
That went so badly that Honto shot up.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if this is something that takes considerable skill to do.
How greased is the track the big stone
I'll leave
door
that to
is
the
in?
Earthbender. I'm imagining
Theory,
it.
Friend was a really good one.
Normal doors in the city are probably easy to earthbend. They're probably like actually like the. I'm imagining there's a slot inside the wall where you can earthbend another piece of wall into it and back. But this might not be an actual door, so it might be a lot harder. Other than that, I'll leave that to Baohu.
The rock in order to
I don't know, because whenever we see earthbending, a lot of the time they're just like making walls, right? So I assume
that's
moving
true.
a wall isn't that hard.
But they're always loud. There's always the cracking of stone and like that kind of stuff. That's why I'm asking, like, how subtle can an earthbender be when they crack open a cliff?
Well, if it's a secret entrance, then if it would make noise, it wouldn't be noticeable noise because it is like she's been sneaking out for however long, right? And no one's heard this earthbending noise.
It could be that it
doesn't. They might know a trick, but
it could also be that that the entrance is just well hidden, and only the passage from the tunnel into my room is opened by earthbending, which wouldn't be heard as easily. So it could just be like a hidden tunnel somewhere.
Yeah, I imagined it like it's like part of the wall that's like in an area that either isn't patrolled that much because like maybe it's like right off the cliff or whatever, and then you earthbend that part of the wall and it's been like dug
it's to
lead up somewhere. Yeah. So maybe it's not like hard stone. Maybe it's just like dirt. I just make like a dirt pile.
That would be a lot less loud.
Okay. I was just wondering if there's a role here or not.
Yeah.
If it seems like it's an easy thing.
So I don't know.
Oh, I don't. I'll flip a coin.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not an earthbending expert. So
yeah, and I'm not either.
What?
I'm just playing one. One, it's a roll. Two, it's not. All right, it's a roll.
Okay,
I'm relying on skills and training.
Yep.
Rely on skills and training.
I imagine it's not that far from some guards then, if it's like on a rooftop above some or something like that with a ladder going down, or something like a bit more out of the way, but within earshot, even if out of eye shot.
Like maybe you have to like time the patrol. All right, here we go.
Yeah. Oh.
Boom.
Okay, that's a 14. So yeah.
You notice that the patrol schedule hasn't changed since you left, and so you know, like, okay, no, they'll be like half an hour till they're back around here or something.
Yeah, like it's like, oh yeah, this is like Jim's route. Jim's always slow.
I think with the 14, you open up the secret passage, and as you're walking down, you notice 2 or 3 more that you never noticed before. Right, you can get around the castle a bit easier now. I'm calling it a castle. It's like it's a built into a cliff manor house.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of like a fort almost.
Yeah, a lot of the larger houses here would be because they're built into the mountain, so they would act a lot like forts. I like the idea of saying those weren't there when I was here. It's up to you, Zen, if you want to correct that, but I like the idea of those like have appeared since I left.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. Yeah, make of it what you will, but there are now passages here that you didn't know about previously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I would ask Q, did your friend make all of these?
Maybe she was looking for me, but I didn't see them before.
Why would she be looking for you in the palace? Wasn't...
No, that doesn't make sense. You're right.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I don't know where they lead, so let's just go. I think this one leads to my room. Or yes, what? Let's go. And
so
I lead the way.
You walk down the relatively narrow secret passageway for a little while. and you get to the spot where it's where your room was, and whatever mechanism exists for, I assume you were able to open this, or was it just your friend that could
No,
get
my
you
friend
out?
had to earthbend to open the door. They basically come retrieve me each time.
Okay.
So I think that I say like, okay, it's here. Do a small opening first in case there's anyone there.
Mhm.
Not that I would think
Yeah,
so.
I'll like earthbend 2 eye holes, and it's like part of
Yeah.
like a painting that's on the wall.
Yeah, you like
so the
do
eye.
yeah, you like do this and then pull out two little rocks out of the wall.
Yeah. Yes.
Looking into now, Val, have you ever been in Quiwa's room
I
before?
think so.
Probably.
Okay. It's not like you remember it. The decor is entirely shifted. It looks a bit more mature, and a bit more business oriented. There's tables and desks with papers and all kinds of things like lining the walls.
It looks more like a guest
Um,
room.
Well, it looks like there's still a bed and everything else, but the room looks lived in and like it's functioning as an office as well.
Hmm.
Okay.
They've turned your room into the exercise room.
How dare they?
No. Can like do I? If I don't see anyone, I will like like a horror movie, just reach my hands into the earth and just pull open.
Yeah. So yeah, you open it up. You guys are allowed into the room. The door's currently closed. You don't hear any sounds outside the door. But yeah, this looks to be a well appointed quarters for somebody.
Curious though I am for who, I don't think we have time. I want to listen into the meeting. So I think I get up to the entrance to my room, like to the door. Before we exit, though, I like say like my father's office is like down the hall, second door on the right, kind of thing. Maybe it's up a floor or something like that, because yeah. But I give the directions to my father's office. Um, I probably would know where the advisor's office is as well, but not as well if it's in here. But other than that, I would say I don't know how we're gonna split up basically.
So you would know that Tianlo's office is, so there's basically like a reception room, like where your father would greet people and do his,
Yeah.
mayoral stuff. And there's a room just off to the side of that, which is
so it's
Tianlo's
literally
office.
one room away. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we'll go in the same direction and then split off right at the end.
Go into Tianlo's office and use that area to spy on your dad.
If it's close enough, that would work. But I don't know if it is.
If it's the
there's a
next
rock
door
wall
over.
Yeah, but we might. That would definitely be where loud earthbending would be a risk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't like ring girl through the wall there.
No. Should we sneak through the house then? Okay.
Yeah. All right. So group actions are not really a thing that I've seen that this game can do.
I think it might be just a leader. I could see myself doing it due to knowing the house. I could see you doing it as well for the same reason. Because while I snuck out, we've already established I don't usually sneak out like this way.
Yeah. We kind of established
in the hallways, not the secret passages. So both of you kind of have the knowledge of this place.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Would it be skills and training? Because if that's the case, I'm rolling 3 dice.
I think it would be skills and training.
It entirely depends on what you're doing. And now, as part of your background with your skills and training, does sneaking through a manor house fit?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think like specifically sneaking through a manor house, but moving around this manor house, knowing how it sort of operates, I think would fit.
But are you trained in the art of stealth and subterfuge?
I don't think necessarily.
So that would be more of a push your luck scenario.
Okay. I think I might try it then. I don't think. Well, Here's the thing. I don't know how much training versus experience is. I'm self-taught for even if I snuck out of the house through secret passage, I probably still had to sneak to like avoid guards who might recognize me and be like, "Hey, hang on a second."
Mhm.
Just take the
So
here's how to disguise
it's not training, but I think it
yourself
might be
somewhat.
skills.
Yeah, as long as it fits in your background
Yeah.
as something that you're practiced at, that's when you use skills and training.
Yeah, I think I am. Marissa, what were you saying?
Nothing, never mind. Just making the flavor make sense as you had just picked up this is a little bit more of a sneaky type of skill. So
Mine was more of a disguise type of skill. That's true.
Whatever's
Let's do
convenient. I'm
that.
looking.
Actually, I have a move called Walk This Way. Why don't we disguise ourselves as guards or something? I'm like, okay, the armory basically is over this way. Let's all put on guard uniforms. And then I have a specific move for that.
Okay. And what was that, Indigo?
Oh, whatever's convenient. I'm looking for a fried dough stand.
In the house.
No, in the festival outside of the house. When I saw the scary Fire Nation guard.
Did we look behind us and you're not there?
Yeah, I'm just not there. I left when the scary Fire Nation guy showed up.
We all got concerned with Aeon going to go talk to the guy. That
I left at that point because I don't want to go back to prison.
We looked behind us and there's just the empty outline of you, the empty dashed outline.
Yeah, and it like flashes.
Yep.
And I do believe that it's enough to clear my afraid condition. I have to run away from danger or difficulty.
All right. Well, let's leave you guys to wander around the castle for a minute while we check in with Dama. So yeah, you're looking for a fried dough stand of some type.
Yeah, whatever the local fried festival dough might be.
Fair enough. Yeah, there's some powdered sugar and oil treat.
Sugar arrows or something like that. Those would be probably easy to make.
What's this festival for?
Churros with little like arrowheads on them, basically.
Pirates / Water Nation with arrows, basically.
Yes. So just like little fried arrowheads of dough that you dunk in like a pirate skull shaped dip container.
The red raspberry sauce of some kind.
Yeah.
It's expertly brutal, like exceptionally brutal for a street fair.
Yeah, it's just that they're used to it.
But yeah, you do find one, and like as you're like wandering through the town, like taking in the sights of the festival, you notice that there's a bit more of an increased Fire Nation guard presence now, and notably, like they're setting up at certain points throughout the city, mostly where because it's a tiered city where the tiers intersect. They're set up there, and they have on tripods some kind of looks like a metal canister with a crank on it.
Clearly,
I know what the crank is. Is it a camera or is it a gun?
You would hazard a guess that it's an alarm.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to assess the situation.
Okay.
Oh, our first.
I rolled a 6.
Or not our first roll. I just haven't shown rolls. There we go.
So on a 6 with assess.
And you're specifically in a situation where we can't help you.
Yes, exactly. But I'm always good at this.
Yes, you can ask your one question before all hell rains down upon you.
Who or what here has been touched by the spirits?
Beautiful.
Such a weird. I mean,
my playbook power. It's not.
I get it, and because it is the answer nothing is not satisfactory to me. So I have to think of something here.
Yeah, what does the spirit of duel lay in the first place? How is the spiritual environment and state here?
With the Fire Nation advancing and us being
vibes are off, and I'm aware of it.
Spirits are not so happy.
They could be unhappy with like the festival or something, though the festival doesn't seem itself super spiritual. That still could be related.
I mean, before we saw issues with environment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spirit seems fully
Let's say that let's say that there seems to be some inclement weather coming in. And it doesn't seem particularly natural.
Ghost storms, okay.
Possible. Yeah.
Spooky.
But yeah, as you're like looking out at the sea and the roiling surf smashing up against the cliffs, you feel a hand on your shoulder, and behind you, you hear a. I haven't quite worked out this guy's personality, but it's a giggle. It's a hello.
I would like to continue eating my fried dough snack and staring into the ocean.
If I ignore him, he'll go away.
That's the plan.
Oh, come on, Dama. Don't ignore me now.
Do I
I've been
recognize
looking for you for a while.
Ow. Do I know who this person is?
Are you going to turn around and look?
Just from hand. I look at the hand. Do I recognize the mitts?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, then I'll turn around.
Okay.
Like a bench or something nearby we can adjourn to.
Possibly, but yeah, as you turn around, you notice it's a man a little older than you, wearing a Fire Nation military uniform, with a rank insignia of lieutenant. And he says, "Now, Dama, where are the rest of them?"
I don't know. Where's the rest of whom?
Oh, the people you escaped with.
That's a lot of people.
Well, surely you wouldn't be here without the Earthbender and what was her name? The little princess.
Yeah, there was a lot of Earthbenders. It was an Earthbender prison. There was that one guy who shoved rocks in his mouth and then would fire them like a gun. And that other guy,
I believe his name was Bullet Bill.
Yeah. And the other guy who had stone shoes who would make him go really high. That's all he would do. He only seemed to know the one earthbending trick. He made his stone shoes get big, but he was something. He was a stilt man or something like that. I don't know where stilt man went. I'm assuming he just walked right over the walls.
That they warned me that you think a little differently. I do too. I think we'll be fast friends, you and I. Come, walk with me. We have places to go and people to see.
But let's watch the ocean first. I would like to convince this person to watch the ocean first.
Okay.
How do I call someone out to live by their principles? Can I use that to?
Do you know this person's principle?
No. Do I need to?
You could be very lucky in guessing.
Yeah.
Or you could make a roll to determine it.
Because if you make the roll and you don't know the principle, it's yes or no, depending on what the GM interprets.
See, the thing is, unless you're calling out the principle, the move doesn't trigger.
I'll figure out the principle then.
I
mean, there's combat moves to do so, but...
Out of combat, does Assess have a thing for finding out principles?
Assess? Not really, no. It's more of a role-play thing, or...
You could plead with him.
Yeah, you could, if he cares what you think, you can plead with him. You can trick him.
Yeah, Yeah, we're gonna trick him. We're gonna trick him into not taking me to a second location. By suggesting that I'm gonna be jumping on a boat any minute now. And that's why I'm looking out at the ocean.
Not now. I'm waiting for a cab.
God,
Welcome
like my
to Wait
Uber's
With
pulling
Me.
up in like 5 minutes.
I need to escape right now, so will you wait around while I get busy escaping?
I'm gonna sit on the bench too. That's the trick. I suppose the goal is to not go to the second location where I'm sure there's Fire Nation guards with sticks with spiky metal ends.
Okay, so your trick is just a stall tactic, basically, and just
Yeah.
So you're engaging in conversation, anything pertinent, or are you just spouting bullshit?
I make up new people that I escaped with that are
Mhm.
not Robot Boy, Gem Boy, and Bow Princess.
Fair enough.
One of them is like bug themed. Another one is a lot more boring, but
just
to make a
Greg.
mean cup of tea.
Oh, I was gonna say if he's
And then I
boring,
did
he's also
travel with an
Earth.
old man, but I just swapped 2 letters in our current old man name.
His name is
Changed nothing else.
Otto
Osas.
Sakane.
Yeah.
For clarity's sake, because it has been a bit, this lieutenant, is this the same one that A, we didn't finish fighting the striker, and B, showed up in that other meeting?
So this would be he was in that other meeting. He was the guy that opened the door that brought in the striker. This is Lieutenant Kai. He is Hanto's right hand. But yeah, if you want to trick him into sitting down and discussing the day and current events, yeah, roll with creativity.
How do you feel about the politics of the Fire Nation currently?
See, if that conversation.
Ooh.
I might be jumping off the cliff, so sure.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is you said, and you're not even sure either, but something you said he takes offense to.
The suggestion that he relax.
Yeah, and there's an edge to him, like, man, he might not be all there. I mean, you probably had an inkling already, but but yeah, it's a very pleasant conversation, and just Snap's just angry and mean, and he grabs you by the scruff of your neck, and he's going to haul you through the town. It's going to cost you two fatigue just from him hauling you away.
Wow. Okay.
You lose your churro fry arrows.
Yeah.
Or have you
Not
managed
the fried dough.
Arrows, that's what they're
getting
called now.
Arrows.
That's what causes the real fatigue, though. Losing the food.
Your blood sugar plummets.
Did we heal last session?
Yeah, I was gonna ask because on my character sheet I have full stress. What's it called?
Fatigue?
Blades is infecting my brain.
Fatigue.
Yes, fatigue. But on here it says I have 4 out of 5. But didn't we rest?
You rested. You didn't rest in
Yeah, I don't think
Duo
we did.
Fey.
Okay.
You were rested before you came in.
Yes.
Okay. Did I do anything to have a stress?
Likely.
Yeah,
What
I'll
was
just
really bad?
say what's on here because that's
Yeah, I'm always going to say default to the lowest one because
yeah.
But yeah, so cost you 2 fatigue, and he's hauling you in basically. You can resist him physically if you wish.
Yeah.
Where to fight?
I want to wriggle out of his arms and jump off the cliff. Like a fish.
We're golden gods. All right.
That's the safest way to like get out of this situation.
Now you need to turn into a goldfish, and then
So yeah, I mean, if you want to push your luck and jump off the cliff, because I don't think cliff diving is in your repertoire.
I mean,
Not a lot of call for cliff diving in the pie show circles.
No, there's not. I don't have another out of this situation move though. I could try running real fast, but I feel like he might firebend at me. So the cliff seems safer?
we don't necessarily know that he is a firebender, but
It's true.
Alright, I want to look him in the while he's grabbing me by the scruff of the neck, I want to twist around and look him in the eyes. Does it look like a firebender's eyes?
you could see the fire burning behind his eyes. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, he looks like he's from the Fire Nation.
But so do I, so
Yeah.
That drastically increases his chances of being a firebender.
If he is a bender, it is a firebender. But
Yes.
this question still remains.
Okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna rely on what skills and training. What's that?
That is
Focus.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's my bad stat.
You could also just push your luck and jump and hope you land on something soft.
Yeah, I'm gonna push my luck. Jump out of the wriggle out of the jacket I'm wearing and jump off the cliff. We're gonna do that. We're gonna push my luck, and if I die, I die.
If I die, I die.
Yep. Totally fits with the tone.
I don't think
All right,
I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna say you're gonna lose a fatigue on this just for trying it because it's a little nuts.
I don't see another out though.
That's fine. You could totally do it.
Is there a wagon nearby?
I mean, there's a festival, so yeah, there's probably tons of wagons nearby.
I can festival escape.
You
We're gonna
could.
festival escape. We're gonna do a Scooby-Doo run through all the tents.
So you're gonna go with him for a time, and then when the opportunity arises, slip out of your.
Yeah.
wagon.
We're gonna
the
Scooby-Doo
alley.
chasing through like the same 4 tents that sell scary masks, fried dough.
But you're gonna be wearing a different mask every
yeah.
time that you.
Yeah, it's gonna be a whole
At some
scene.
point, there'll be a pane of glass walking across the road.
I do think that I'm still gonna push my luck. I don't care.
This
about
still
my
feels
children.
like it. Yeah.
At one point, we see you chasing him for some reason, and then
Yeah.
you both like look at each other, and then you swap.
Yeah.
Hey,
Ah,
11.
I did that.
The
one.
luckiest man
all right.
in the
Yeah.
Avatar universe.
Turns out there's someone wearing the same
it,
mask
but-
as you, who has similar hair and outfit as you, who's there, and he like that's just my guess.
But yeah,
I
go
remember
ahead and describe how you lose Lieutenant Kai.
Yeah, I think that's about right. There's many a costume change while running through the festival, and eventually it gets to the point where I'm just wearing generic costume like festival attire, and some other unfortunate soul also is wearing that outfit because they also bought it at the festival and gets arrested.
It's the same headband.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
do think that the lieutenant also has outfit changes during the montage, though. So
I
if
could
they
imagine
come out
they're
at the end of it,
unwilling. Like there's a
he's
person
getting-
who's
Yeah.
like, "You have to try this," and he's like, "No, get off."
Like they're wearing the breastplate, but the helmet's gone, and they're wearing a scarf.
Runs through a clothesline, and suddenly he's like wearing Earth Nation garb, and yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, the last we see of Lieutenant Kai is he's yelling, "Ha, ha, I gotcha, I gotcha," and he's pulling some innocent person.
Perfect. And then we just see you again. You've somehow acquired your cheros again, like another.
Yeah, I got another pack.
Yep. And you're just watching and eating.
Yeah, now I am in a different outfit and wearing a festival mask. Still back where we left originally, where I
You're
originally
back in
abandoned
the same
the party.
spot.
Watching
Yeah.
this guy.
I'm watching. Well, it's what is it? The courtyard. It's like standing around the courtyard entrance to the palace
Hmm.
or the manor house.
Ah.
On the safe side of the walls.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Well, while Scooby-Doo hijinks ensues outside, what's going on inside?
Probably
where's
a
Tama?
weird conversation of that.
Yeah. You know what? It's probably better he wasn't with us. I think after a moment we're like, yeah, okay, let's go.
Yeah, again, just like the circles under Bao's eyes, like you see them grow. And she's like, "Oh,
They just get darker.
Bao is slowly changing from an avatar to character to an Attack on Titan character.
Yeah. His animation style is slowly changing.
I think we was gonna lead the way for sneaking then. So we go find we go sneak into like they wouldn't have necessarily an armory, or if it was, it'd be very casual. Like it is still. This is just where the personal guards come, so it's more like a locker room or something like that for the guards.
Like a barracks.
Yeah, small barracks. But yeah, let's go sneak in there and steal some uniforms. And so I think when we cut back to us, because the role is more like after we have disguise, so I don't know if we need to push our luck to disguise ourselves. But I
think you know the palace well enough to disguise yourself.
Perfect.
That's fine.
I'll make a roll to see how the disguise is going.
Do we think the Avatar universe falls in line with most sci-fi movies and that they have unisex locker rooms, or not?
I would think so.
Trying to remember if there was a bathhouse at any point.
I think there's like a hot spring.
The only thing I remember, Toph and Tar went to a spa in the Earth Kingdom, but that was just girls. Like it was just them two. We never actually saw the spa. Just that.
You're right. We never saw the spa. It's just like we.
Yeah,
went
like
there.
they were in there, and like
there
because
didn't seem to be any separation that I can tell, but there was never really any.
It never said either way.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of that sci-fi trope where it's just they always like have a shot of a unisex locker room for some reason in like spaceship movies. Like Battlestar Galactica has them just randomly and pointlessly. Starship Troopers has them.
Alien starts with one.
Alien starts with one. It's very much a tropey move to have just like one big locker room.
You're soldiers, and that doesn't matter. Nothing else matters.
Yeah, that kind of whole
either way
space egalitarian attitude.
It'd either be one locker room or two right next to each other. But we sneak in. I'm gonna make a roll to see how. I think now we're just like, okay, act casually, walk down, holding like our spears. I look a bit short to be a stormtrooper. I think a few of us do.
I think all of you do. No one is appropriate.
Bao who is we're the recruits.
Wait. Yeah, can I slap on recruit under their like?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just learning. Yeah,
trainee.
Sash.
My name is Boo.
A sash
and I'm
makes
training.
more sense. Yeah. Yep. There's stitched on the back of our shirts are like, got a problem with my guarding? Like, here's this address you can contact.
Instead of student driver, it's student guard.
Yeah, apprentice guard. Okay, I'm gonna roll to walk this way to see if the disguise works. I think we're just going straight to my father's office then, since that's where both of our goals basically are.
When you say father's office, do you mean the reception area?
Yeah,
like
the
where he
reception
would
area
receive
from
people?
where we can split off.
We can guard the outside door there and
totally not listen in, even though there are probably Fire Nation guards there too. We'll get as far as we can.
Yeah.
On a 7, I fool nearly everyone.
What do you need to get? You need a 9?
I need a 10 to get higher than to get to the next stage. So it wouldn't be enough.
Yep.
There's only a single gatekeeper who asks any questions or stands in your way, is what it says. So we probably get up to the door. I assume there's a Fire Nation guard there.
Is the door guarded by a bunch of Fire Nation then?
Probably Fire Nation guards if the meeting's happening.
Yeah,
but
so so you get to there's a big double door that leads into the receiving area. And there are normal Huyen guards standing out here, and there's also I'd say 3 Fire Nation soldiers. The doors are currently closed. One of the Fire Nation soldiers turns towards you and begins questioning you, who are you? these guys don't know you. Like, he calls attention from the other guards, the Earth Nation guards. Like, who are these people? They don't know. So yeah, you're under scrutiny. What's that?
Would they recognize Bao, or is he disguised?
He's not a regular guard like this. It'd basically be totally separate.
Yeah, like Bao would be more like less normal guard and more like almost like bodyguard. Yeah.
Yeah. These guys guard the premises and the people who happen to be in it, but you guard a person and follow them.
Yeah.
Bao, you're the adult. Do you want to?
Yeah, I will take the lead. I'll say, I just got transferred from the lower ring here. These two recruits need showing around. They're part of our explorer program.
Say hello.
You know, like, you gotta show them around. Like, this is the upper part of the city. We're making our way down. Just festival's the best time to do it because there's a lot of mischief people get up to. And I'm like literally like sticking out like what is left of Bao's dad bod and like pulling up his pants. He's just being like,
yourself look
listen,
older
I'm
and
too
more
old for
washed up.
Yeah. Like if you want to see if this part I gotta like fill out some paperwork, and he will say the correct paperwork that he needs to fill out. So I think I'm relying on my skills and training because bureaucracy.
No, you're tricking.
Oh, I am.
You are definitely tricking. Yep.
Yeah.
With your skills and training.
Yeah,
with my skills
but
and
I
training.
think skills and training is still one of the default fallback moves more than specific ones.
I think trick is a default. I'm not saying it's not trick. It's still a trick. Just the truth you sprinkled in is your skills and training.
Can I roll with skills and training instead?
Do you have a move to do that?
Because you sprinkled that stuff in.
I still because the action here is lying to guards, right?
And
are you skilled or trained
here.
in lying to guards?
And you're making up the lie on the spot. This creativity as a stat for trick makes sense here.
Unlike myself, Bao is not creative at all.
I will help if needed. Or you could turn to me, and I could try it.
Or you can fail the roll.
I'm gonna roll it and see what happens.
Okay. Can't help with that.
Okay. Take a condition.
Ooh. Okay.
It's up to you which one. You can choose. But the overall issue here is they don't believe you at all, and they're currently calling down to probably a quartermaster or somebody that like would know everyone in the guard. They do not believe that you're here for the purpose you say.
Oh boy.
I think I want to rush in. I want to be like, okay, I want to own up to a mistake I made and try pleading to the guard.
Wrong one. Sorry.
I want to try pleading to the guard in disguise. I think I want to say there's a few different options. But I think in this is Fire Nation, or is it...
This guy's Fire Nation.
Fire Nation guard. Okay. We're dressed in Palace Guard uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They don't believe we are who we say we are in the first place. Oh, that's tougher.
Yeah, basically right now you're being detained until they can verify your identity.
Okay.
Yeah, my answer is still run. So if you aren't doing anything, I'm grabbing your arms and doing that with both of you.
Yeah, I think. Past here is just the reception area, right? Past here is just.
So yeah, past here would be like the whatever equivalent of a throne room is for Duo Fae, right?
But I assume that there's further hallway.
I think I'm gonna plead and pretend I'm a big fan of Honto and want an autograph, and say like, please. I mean, he's not exactly a celebrity.
I mean, how help with that?
But I think I'll say like yeah, I think I'm gonna scramble and say like it's uh I say we're here for Honto, and then there's a pause, and then I'm like, I saw him come in. I'm a really big fan of his. So when I bothered the supervisor and asked if we could come here and bypass it, I saw I glanced at Aeon. Some of the things he's doing with the technology, I've heard what he's doing, and it's amazing. I was hoping I could get his signature, and I probably try to produce like a piece of blank parchment that I might just have on me.
Gleefully pick up on whatever you're doing, and I know I don't get to provide help until after, and just start technobabble spouting whatever it is that I've been figuring out about the mech suits specifically.
The mech suits specifically? That's
not what naming it, but that's a bit of his tech that I know the best. So yeah.
Well, let's hope Honto himself doesn't overhear it, because he might recognize what we're talking about. Either way.
Oh yeah.
I have Roguish
You have
Charm.
a move for this?
I have Roguish Charm. When you plead with an NPC, by flattering them and empathizing with them, mark 1 fatigue to roll with creativity instead of harmony. How does that?
I think that would work with Honto, but not this guard.
Not the guard. Okay, I thought he might be one of Honto's guards. So I wasn't sure.
I mean, yes, but you're not. First of all, when you plead with someone, they have to care about what you think.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a thing.
Tough for Roguish Charm. Hard requirement to make for that role.
For Roguish Charm, then yeah. Okay.
I always have the classic backup of Earthbend 2 walls between us. Like just make a line for us to run into the throne room.
We could always just knock this person out if they're by themselves. I don't like the idea, but I think in a panic.
The idea of pleading first.
I mean, you're currently standing in a group of 5 guards.
5 guards?
And they are. You're being detained, so they're on all sides of you.
Yeah. Okay then. So I can't plead with them. I could still try to trick them. I wouldn't get the bonus, the Roguish Charm move.
That sounds like a trick, but you'd be rolling with creativity anyways. With your move made you roll with creativity.
That's because that was for plead. With
Yeah, but trick
I don't know if this. Yeah, would this be trick then? I mean, I'm lying.
So, yes, you can use trick here.
Okay. This will at least reduce the bad stuff, even if they don't let me in and be like, okay, have an autograph. They'll be like, wait here. If he deigns to give you one when he passes by, he might. Yeah. Okay.
Down playing the effect of your roll before you even make it.
I mean, just for feasibility, I don't think it's feasible they let us in if they know we're not supposed to be here ever.
I also took guilty as my condition because I feel like Bao thinks that he got us into this mess.
You did.
Okay.
He did.
Yeah. All right. So on a 10 plus, you pick 2.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have them overcommit and act foolishly. So they're gonna be deceived for some time. They're gonna think like, yeah, we're
another
not.
I'm
intending, to be not another fangirl. I would imagine they're not that common.
I think another would be funny. I think it would be funnier.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that were just
everywhere we go. There's these
scientists.
These little.
Yeah.
For some reason, clandestine chief researcher has a lot of stands.
There's like an underground fan club for him somewhere here.
It's the underground STEM fan club.
Yeah. Perfect.
So yeah,
I love how his tanks roll through my town.
So I think you make your case reasonably enough that he's like, okay, if you'd like to meet Honto, you very well can. The guards all seize your spears, and they're going to push you into the receiving hall.
Excellent.
Work with this.
Okay.
Good thing my body is a weapon.
I probably don't have my bow, and it probably won't be that useful this close.
I may or may not have something in my pocket.
At least we still have our guard disguises. I'm sure it'll work out fine.
Sure.
Yeah, being pushed into the same room as your dad.
As my dad and the person who's probably studied our images, like drawings of us.
So yeah, you get pushed into a rather opulent room. It's a long. There's, how do I want to describe this? It's rather cavernous. There's like a long alleyway up between a bunch of seats that leads to a set of steps, and then a rather ornate chair that your father would sit in when holding court. And as you get pushed in, you notice that there's no one currently sitting in the chair, but off to the side you do see Hanto talking with Tian Lo. When they notice you come in, they immediately stop talking, and Hanto looks over and says, "What's the meaning of this?"
Just kind of take positions beside the door, basically like, yeah, they said we should guard the inside of the room too.
No, the guard is behind you, and he says, "Well, this young woman here."
I step forward, shaking out of nervousness, but hopefully they interpret that a different type of nervousness.
She says that she's a fan of your work. They seem to know at least some of the things you've worked on. And she wanted to meet you so much that she dressed as a guard to try to sneak past us.
I lower my head when that is mentioned in like apology and shame. I
keeping the guard
grab Aeon and bring him forward with me.
Bao is like, oh, this is so fucked. This is so fucked.
And then in a higher pitch than normal voice, I think Quiwa says, "Me and my best friend, we were always big fans of your work. We come from a village. I think.
Name my place.
Have you said the name? I think if so, yeah, I'll name your village.
Somewhere in the notes, sure. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll name your village.
Of robot makers.
Yeah. But our village was helped so much by Fire Nation technology, and we heard that you were in charge of that kind of thing. We've been following your career for quite some time. We're really big fans. I like subtly like stomp on Aeon's foot slightly, like you should speak up too.
I will basically follow your lead. I'll reiterate pretty much everything you said and just go into a little bit more detail of stuff.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yeah, Kui was trying to change her voice and demeanor and gonna try and plead. Fun. Okay. This might work with Roguish Charm. I am
as well
pleading with Hanto to, I guess in this case I would say, let me look at plead.
Pleading for an autograph, it seems.
Well, I say I want an autograph, but I want
his signature to forge checks.
I want him to open up to us, actually, is what I want to do.
Yeah.
If he has like, oh, if you like this, you'll love this, and if he can show us what's coming next.
Yeah. My goal is, how did he do it? How does he get these ideas? What are they actually?
Yeah, that works too.
How is the sausage made, dude?
Yeah. This is like, can we get that Willy Wonka tour that no one else ever gets?
Horrifying Willy Wonka tour.
Yep.
And Willy Wonka tour's already horrifying.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and hit it with the Roguish Charm, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, this is
the most fucked situation
already. Yep. Spending a fatigue to roll creativity instead of harmony, and
for all you GMs out there,
ooh.
Well, that's a nice 14. For all you GMs out there, this is why you don't bother doing any prep, because
we'll just walk right up to the guy we're trying to avoid and be like, "Can we have your autograph?"
A bunch of Fire Nation guards come in and go, oompa.
On a 10+, they act now and do their best until the situation changes.
Is that modified by Roguish Charm at all, or is that just you could roll with a different
So Roguish
thing?
Charm is when you plead with an NPC or guide, comfort someone by flattering them and empathizing with them. Mark 1 fatigue. It doesn't affect the result; it just affects the how I have to present it, and spend a fatigue to change the stat.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I guess he buys it. As dumb as this is, but it's a cartoon, so we're here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh yes, I gave a talk at the college not that long ago.
Yeah, I think he goes into this thing where, like,
finally someone appreciates me.
Yeah, there's he's finally getting some recognition. And yeah, he takes you aside and he starts like waxing about technological marvels and this, that, and the other thing, and he shows you a thing that he has with him. It's basically there are 3 spheres, and he puts 3 in each hand and clacks them off of each other, and they ignite, and he throws them and they sort of explode in a smoke bomb. He has the smoke bomb technique.
When the smoke, I give Baohu a look of like, now's your chance while they're distracted, and then even better when the smoke bomb goes off because it's a smoke bomb.
I would like to earthbend headbutt the guard next to me's face.
That's not what I meant, but I couldn't communicate that. It's okay. That's perfect. Go for it. I intentionally didn't communicate what I meant. Because I can't.
Before that happens, because it was such a high roll, you're also going to glean enough information to know that his principle is ambition. He wants to be known and get recognition. You fed right into it.
Instead of headbutting the guard next to me, I'm going to earthbend a wall up, blocking the other ones from getting in.
Oh, you're going to basically close the door?
Yeah,
but they're Fire Nation, so of course they won't be able to open it.
I mean, the rest of the Palace Guard 3 out there might be, but
they're not necessarily Earthbenders out there. They're just guards.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
If you give me a look that like reads, you can act now.
Yeah, that's all. That's all I can tell you.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and. Go ahead and rely on your skills and trading, because this definitely is your wheelhouse.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna wreck it. Oh, I did it.
There you go. With a 12.
So there's only like 1 or 2 of the guards that followed us in are now in here, I'm guessing, and the rest are separated outside. Yeah,
the Fire Nation soldiers came in with you. The Palace Guard stayed out.
Okay. How many Fire Nation soldiers were there?
There are 3 plus Hanto.
Okay.
And Tianlo. That's who's in the room right now.
Instinct is kind of to turn around and like throw you under the bus, almost like, what are you doing? I don't.
I would grab you tightly and
I'm not throwing you under the bus, but I am confused. Like, hey, we're talking to this guy. I don't know.
Now, did you do that inside of the smoke bomb so that you're not the obvious source of this?
Yeah, I would use the smoke bomb if the smoke bomb went off.
All right. I think what happens is Hanto like looks back, and you just hear Tianlo say, "The dissidents. They're attacking."
Like gasp.
I look immediately scared and like look to retreat. Of course, the only place to go back to is further inside where my father's office is, right? Out of the reception area. So I say, is there somewhere safe nearby? And then I like look pointedly at the door.
Yeah, Tianlo like grabs Hanto and tries to like scurry him away, and Hanto reaches back and grabs you 3 and says, "Come with me quickly!"
No, give me a spear.
Yes, save us, Hanto. You're our only hope. Yep.
Follow along quite happily.
Yeah, and pulls you back into Tianlo's office. As you get in and shut the door, very faintly, you can hear alarm sounds echoing down and into the corridor. Dama, out in the city, those alarms are going off. Like it's sort of a cascade effect. It comes from the upper tier and then down and down and down, and eventually the entire cliffside is wailing with sirens.
Baohu has vanished, it seems. On Discord.
Aeon is a little bit shaken. He's legitimately not sure what's going on and is asking, "What's happening? What's going on?"
I think I heard there were dissidents in the festival. They might be trying to do something with the palace. Well, the guards can handle it. We just have to wait here. And I think we see. There's no way I brought my bow with me, obviously. But I think for now, just for like a setup, Quiwa has a single arrow, like stashed somewhere in her outfit, and she's I think she's like holding it behind her. It's like on the back of her belt or something, and she's like holding it ready to use it like a knife if needed.
Okay. Yeah, we'll zero in on that tense moment of like, is Quiwa just gonna gank a motherfucker? And yeah, we'll flip out to Dama and see what's happening out in the city. Like people are running. There's calls of alarm. No one really knows what the threat is, just that there is one.
Cool. I'm pretty sure I know who the alarm's about. So I do believe Dama's move is to prepare to help for extraditing for this situation. So we're at a festival. So I'm going to assume I have all of the standard festival supplies. I'm looking for old cooking grease and paper lanterns.
Yeah, I mean,
and I would like to
every
set up
30 feet.
Yeah, these are things I think we could find. Everyone's running in panic. I would like to acquire enough of this that I could create a small pile of incendiary devices that can be propelled at the wall to actually make it really feel like they're being attacked.
So they're sure they're being attacked, so you're going to add truth to that fiction.
Yeah, like I know what the alarm's about. So I know that they need to be focused on the outside so my friends can get out.
Okay.
And I'm feeling a lot less cowardice now for some reason.
Yeah, you just needed some charros.
Yeah.
Get some food down.
Charros bring courage. That's the tagline.
But yeah, this would probably actually does fall in skills and training, oddly enough.
Yeah, but I'm bad at
like
that.
tactic wise. I mean, you could be pushing your luck.
If you don't want to get caught, this might be pushing your luck to like
I'm
literally
gonna
throw Molotovs or fire bombs at the palace.
It could also be, if you're like doing the thing, it could also just be a trick roll. Like the entire thing is one trick roll.
I like that better. I think trick is the move I want to roll. To have a semi-frequent barrage of grease-soaked paper lanterns flung at the castle walls, so they leave like slimy fire trails down the walls for dramatic effect.
Yeah. And since everything here is stone, it's not really at risk of more than cosmetic damage.
It's just to make it feel like stuff's happening. All right, I have one fatigue remaining.
Okay.
Let's roll the thing. I'm rolling with creativity. This feels creative. I know there's ooh. So earlier, I realized the spirits are unhappy with this festival, right?
That's one interpretation.
That's possible, yeah.
So by using the festival inappropriately, can I receive aid as a +1 forward
from the spirits? Aid from the spirits and attack and like disrupting the festival.
I mean, if you incorporate the weather event somehow, yes.
Oh, you're right. It was the weather event.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gusting winds have gotten closer.
Ooh, I'm floating the lights. I'm floating the paper lanterns on the picked up wind that has started from the storm.
Oh, so you like go over to the cliff's edge and you like throw them out, and the spray from the sea swell is just pushing them up and over and towards the manor house.
Yeah,
we're being attacked by the Airbender army.
yes, it's clearly the
Airbending insurgents. Yeah.
No.
Well,
Yeah, I'll
really,
give
They
you a
have an
+1 for
airbender.
that.
It could be the Avatar.
I'm just trying to work off the move I did make earlier, the assess the situation.
Yeah.
Acting on it gives you the +1. And also, I don't want to die.
Okay.
With an 8. Okay.
I kind of did it.
Kind of did it. So on a 7 and 9, you pick one of the 3 options: stumble, act foolishly, or overcommit.
The they in this situation is the palace in general?
Probably the guards
But
there.
basically, all law enforcement in the town.
All law enforcement in the town. Okay, I would like them all to act foolishly.
Additional
Shouldn't be hard to do.
opportunity. Okay.
All right. I think the additional opportunity is you manage to cluster them like to one area. Like they're trying to respond to this unseen threat. All they see are these like lanterns coming up and exploding when they hit the hit the
They
cliff
just see
face.
these lights and fires that then yeah.
Is that singular area, the palace itself? Or
In front of it.
It's basically it's going towards the like highest tier of the city.
okay.
Right? And a bunch of the guards are now on the lowest tier trying to like peer over the cliff and see where the hell all this stuff is coming from.
Okay.
Okay.
So you've
So I
got
got
them
them
all
all
like
clustered
on
at
the
the bottom.
edge. Yeah.
Literally at the edge of the cliff sides, basically.
Now, if the insurgents were to strike, this is the perfect time to knock a lot of people into the ocean.
I don't know if
is.
it depends how lethal the insurgents are at, but they could. Yeah.
They land in the water, they're fine. Avatar rules.
Fair. But Avatar, watch overanalyzing Avatar sometimes. There are times when Aang kills people. Like, I'm gonna knock this person into the river
I've never
and
killed anyone.
and I'm gonna freeze it while they're still under there. Don't worry about it.
They're not dead.
They just can't breathe for hours.
It's like Batman shoving a bomb into a clown's pants and then throwing him in the sewer.
I don't murder.
I don't kill people.
Yeah.
Oh, you
And
just
then
need
he
them
shoots someone
horribly
with the
mangled.
grappling
I
hook
don't kill
through their
people
shoulder.
directly, but if they die in a few days from complications, then that doesn't count.
Traumatic injuries.
It's not my fault they didn't have health insurance.
Gotham said you should really have universal health care.
Again,
They probably
Batman
do.
confronted-
They have to in order for the criminals to keep coming back like they do in Gotham.
Yeah. As insecure as Arkham is, there is a really good mental health like program.
Insurance
like, to
program,
get-
yeah.
get-
Not Arkham. Arkham's not a good mental.
No,
it's
not good.
literally-
Inexpensive.
No, not the facility itself, no, but the support system that makes sure everyone goes there.
Oh, also that. Yeah.
Yeah, they do funnel everyone there, and that's good, I guess. But the actual place is like a literal nightmare hellscape. Like they made
Yeah,
a video game.
they
just
literally
about
took
how
a haunted
horrible
house and
it
then
is.
turned it into an insane asylum.
Way to go, Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was an 8, so there's it's not a full and total success. What's the fallout here?
It says on a hit they fall for it. They just don't necessarily fall for it for that long. I
Yeah,
guess if they don't overcommit.
I'm just trying to make sure that I'm pushing the appropriate buttons for fatigue conditions, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the easiest thing to say is just it's going to cost you 1 fatigue to do all of this that quickly.
Yeah, my last fatigue.
Now you
All
just
right,
start taking conditions.
Important note: if you take more fatigue, it is 1 for 1 in conditions. So if you take 3 fatigue, it's 3 conditions.
Yep. While you were gone, Jordan, I set up, by the way, that Quiwa has a single arrow with her, even if she probably left her bow behind with the robot. So she might. We're alone with Honto in my dad's office, I think, right?
In Tianlo's office.
Tianlo's office? Okay.
Are we
Are there
alone with
windows?
Hanto, or is
We are
Tianlo
alone.
there too?
Tianlo's with you.
Oh,
Like
okay.
Tianlo
Okay.
led you all in. Hanto grabbed you three because he thought you were innocent in the situation.
Mhm.
You just wanted Senpai to notice you.
So now we're playing main RPG.
Yes.
Are there windows in this office?
It's
this
deep in
entire
the
thing is built into a cliff.
Yeah, not a chance. There's probably lots of like paintings and stuff they'd have instead of windows. Paintings and
If there's a
murals.
window, it's a window into like a crystal like
terrarium
area.
or something could be.
Oh,
Or yeah,
I
like a
like
crystal
that.
terrarium.
You know what
Just
there
like
would
a
be?
crystal enclave, and that's where the fire like lanterns are to try and make the light multiply more, so you can actually see.
What there would be though is what are my words? Mine shafts have holes so air can travel. You know, they would have like
Air holes.
air holes and things.
Yeah. So, what would that look like in this case? Like kind of a chimney without a hearth in it?
Basically, like every once in a while in the ceiling, there's just a grate.
Okay.
Like a stone grate.
I'm assuming it's a palace, so they have like nice decorative tile work around it. And
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah,
too.
but functionally, it's just to stop
holes.
dead birds and
Ventilation,
detritus from falling and, you know.
Well, I figured the
Yeah.
grate would be on the top bit. Like the grate's up top with the little like hood,
Mm.
Okay.
so rain doesn't fall in it either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I grab Baohu to the side and just ask, are there any secret passage doors in here?
Are there any secret passage doors in here?
I mean, we know there are other secret passage doors, but I don't
Yeah.
think you have. You have earthbending. You don't have earth sense. You don't have blind sense.
That's not how earthbending works.
Except if you're Toph.
Unless you're tough.
Go spend a summer with the badger moles, then maybe.
Yeah. I went on a badger mole retreat, and now I'm like more in tune with the earth.
That's the thing that happens. That's the
Come
thing
on,
that
all I want to
happens.
do is kidnap the big bad.
All right, so yeah, what?
Hmm.
So what are you guys doing in here? Like you don't know Tianlo's office that well.
No,
I would.
I don't think
suspect.
I've ever been in here. I've probably looked in it, but even during my time here, I've never been in it. I think.
And just as a description, Tianlo is about 50 or so. Head completely shaved, no facial hair. Skinny.
Bender?
But
would I know that?
I don't know that you would know one way or the other.
Know?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Indeed.
Like you've never seen him bend. I'll say that.
So if that's not working, I'll, address the other two and what's going on? Dissidents?
Yeah, Tianlo looks at you and says, it has been a problem. There are people that are not quite pleased with the Fire Nation's presence. I'm sure you've heard the rumblings throughout the city.
What are you doing about that?
Everything that can be done. Of course, these are our citizens. We don't want to handle them poorly. We've been trying to convince them it's the best way is to cooperate with the Fire Nation.
Okay, then, I guess, is there anything we can do, now, or how can we help?
Are you possessed of any capabilities?
I mean,
He's looking at you like you're children. You just came in fangirling over some dude. Like,
yeah.
I was just along for the ride, sir.
Making stuff, and I'll pull out. Actually, yeah, let's do that, and I'll pull out the. You told me to take the flamethrower off. I took the flamethrower off.
He's gonna recognize
pull out a
it.
flamethrower.
He's gonna
You put it in your
recognize it. He built the flamethrower.
So now you have a flamethrower.
Perfect.
I
As
like
soon
to
as
build
I
things.
see that you are doing that, I know our cover's completely blown.
yeah, at this point, like I've had a clock here of, gee, he'd probably recognize that, and every time it's gotten.
Okay, I'm pulling my arrow out and trying to hold it to Honto's neck in a hostage, in a taking him hostage for now way.
I earthbend boulder fists. No, I use the like terrarium. I'm gonna earthbend the gauntlets on and like position them at the other guy.
Wonderful stonework of the like terrarium just for
You could have been anywhere else on the wall here, but you chose that.
It was shiny.
It was given to me by my sister. Yeah, I could not imagine he'd be happy about you bending his terrarium specifically.
Yeah. Well, first let's see. I guess intimidate on Hanto.
I guess so.
Sounds like intimidate.
Can I guess, unintentionally read this roll?
Unintentionally.
It is
what?
with passion.
Yeah, I'll lead the roll.
You want to make the intimidate roll? Like, hey, I have a flamethrower. Just casually pointed at everyone.
Yes, I'm good at making things. Like,
yeah, I think on Hanto's part, we see the glint of recognition in his eyes. He's like, "That's my," and that's when you like pointed at him, and that's when the arrow goes up to his neck.
I wasn't so much pointing at him as,
well, you
wielding
it.
Yeah. I guess we're doing this.
Yeah, you went, look, I have this cool thing. It's like you're pointing a literal gun that shoots fire at him, like nonchalantly.
But important to note, if you're the one leading the roll, you are the one intimidating Hanto. Right, so that's why I assumed you were pointing it at him.
By this point, I might be oh, wait, what's going on?
Like, accidentally doing it, but still very much doing it?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. I am ready to spend a fatigue to help.
I am also ready to spend a fatigue to help.
I love that of all of you, I have 0 fatigue.
Well, we both spend a fatigue to help, raising that from a 5 to a 7.
Well, do we both need to? Is it?
Yeah, it needs to be a 7.
Okay, yes, okay, got it.
Okay, so you're both spending a fatigue to help. It's going to take a little bit of gumption on your part, Aeon, so you're going to take 2 fatigue to do it as fallout for the roll. But yeah, on a hit, they choose 1. They either run to escape or get back up, which they can't really do. They back down but keep watch. They give in with a few stipulations, or they attack you off balance. The GM marks a condition on them.
Marissa, is it okay if before they choose, because obviously they would want context for what we want, we're not here to kill them. If you're intimidating accidentally, can I be the one to actually state what I want them to do?
I might qualify it after if it's not.
Sure. I just want them to like sit still and be quiet while and I'm not going to tell them this, but we're clearly going to start searching the office and maybe questioning them, but just finding information is what we want to do.
Sit still, sure, but instead of be quiet, answer my questions.
What I meant by be quiet is don't yell for guards.
Fair enough.
So I guess that's what we're trying to intimidate them to do, if that works for you.
Okay. Sorry, I'm taking into account these 2. They're going to take a condition.
Oh, they're attacking.
Do they each take 1?
Yes.
Ooh.
That's good for us. Though conditions don't affect how NPCs fight, do they?
No, they have no mechanical effect other than once they get to a certain threshold, they're out.
Okay.
But they are prescriptive conditions, right? So if they're angry, they're going to act angry.
Yeah.
All right. Let me grab a couple things here because they're going to fight.
Fight rules, I guess?
Fight rules against 2 major NPCs at once.
Oh, this is going to be bad.
Don't worry, I'm outside. Nice and safe.
Don't worry, you'll meet our new characters.
For the first time in a while, at least I'm not throwing the first blow and I can join you.
I'm Quiwa's twin brother that was never mentioned before, Quiwan, and I'm here now.
I am.
What do you mean you're not throwing
Bao
the
Hu's
first
cousin,
blow?
Hu Bao.
You pulled out a flamethrower.
Just show it off.
Yeah.
But
you pulled the not a flamethrower on Elon Musk.
Yeah.
I recognize that.
Okay. Well, combat is a thing. Let's see. Exchange steps. I gotta refresh myself on how we do all these things. Okay. GM chooses approaches. Oh, okay. So we know where we are. We're in Tianlo's office. It's not a particularly large room. There is one point of egress back into the receiving hall. Typical things that would be in an office are here. If you need it for a description, if it's likely there, it's there.
Mhm.
Then we need to. We got Tianlo and Hanto. So Hanto is going to be engaging Quiwa because you have a knife to his neck.
An arrow, but yes.
And I think Tianlo is going to go after. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And then I guess Baohu can be free to engage either one.
Baohu will choose who he engages. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to do that now, or can I swap like in middle of the fight, like who I'm fighting?
So
when?
you do it now because there are defense moves that allow you to swap.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna fight the person fighting Q.
Okay, so Hanto.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. They will.
I have turned on my very copyright infringing avatar music of fighting, so I can't share. I've shared it if you want to listen to it yourself earlier.
Okay. And I just need my cards. And what they can do. Okay. Yep.
Okay, I think I know what I'm doing.
Tianlo is.
I know
Right.
exactly what I'm doing.
Yes. Okay. So since it's all three of you, it really depends on how you are describing your attacks. Like you can double up an attack at the same time, theoretically, or you
Yeah.
can or you can do the kung fu movie thing where you only ever attack one person at a time. You know, it's always one-on-one.
We're in such a small space. I'd almost say things are going because a lot of these moves are we change the environment.
That could
Yeah.
be something.
Quite a bit.
Oh, the statuses are gone if we want to remove those.
What statuses?
I mean, you could just
The
do
bottom
it
right.
like
Oh, my.
normal.
Okay, it was only my status that still has guilty. Let me
Oh.
flip that. Am I guilty? Do I still have the condition?
I don't think you did, because like I think I cured you at the end of the last session. Because you had what I remember you had
No,
a condition.
yeah, my conditions are not marked, so I think I just forgot to flip it. I'll flip it.
Yeah. I'm
I
guilty.
Where you're looking at, but I
On
see
the
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll flip
Yeah.
it back. There we go.
All right. So you guys can choose your approaches.
Okay. I'm going to defend you, so you can attack if you want, Spence.
I'm not attacking. Oh, I am attacking in a way.
Are you using
I'm gonna try.
A or E?
I'm using. Well, Zen, you've already decided what your character's doing. Yeah, we can just talk openly then. I'm gonna
Yes.
try and push him off balance. So
Try and figure out how
Quiwa with the whole arrow to his neck thing is not. She never intended to actually use it. She is not that type of person. It was just an act. So I think she backs off with the arrow, and she's gonna try and use her words to insult Honto's ambition and his capabilities and try and push him over the edge. Because I think he's probably pretty high up there already.
as we try and figure out how conditions work with NPCs and
So I'm
fights.
going to evade and observe because of that.
Okay. I will still defend you, though, because he's probably going to come swinging at you, I would assume.
Yeah. I
Or
would
you
assume
could throw
so
him
as
through
well.
the desk. That's also an option.
I'm 16. I'm not short, but I'm not someone who is able to just throw someone over a desk.
No, I mean,
I could throw
it,
him
and
over.
You could throw him over the desk.
Big boy.
Yeah,
Good.
that makes more
While
sense.
you threaten him with your words, Bao picks them up and throws them through the wooden desk.
Power bomb through the
Definitely
desk.
going to help him listen to the word.
JR Jim Lawler goes, my God.
All right, are we chosen with approaches and everything?
I need to actually drag the card over, so no.
Yep.
There we go.
Oh, I totally
Remember
forgot to do my
to
protector's
immediately
burden
clear
thing.
1 fatigue when you play Evade and Observe.
I didn't actually know that was a thing, but I see that now.
Oh.
Okay. When you evade and observe, you
Um,
clear 1 fatigue immediately.
That's
Hold on, this might be relevant. I'm gonna just ping it because I forgot to do it at the start.
Oh, right, start of the session.
Yeah.
oh.
So, +1 to this roll for each yes. Do you believe your ward listens to you more often than not? We had a conversation, I know, last session of like, how do I get you to listen to me more? And it's like, think it's your idea, right?
Mm-hmm. But I think this is you asking.
Yeah.
You're the one answering this about your character.
So I think the first question's a no. Second one, yes, because I had that heart-to-heart with you where I went like, hey, I'm going to trust you on this.
Okay.
Is there an immediate threat to your ward that you are aware of? At that point in time, yes, it was this guy.
because Honto just showed up.
Yeah.
So +2.
Is that a 2d?
Roll +1 per each yes. So roll +2.
Just a d6.
2d6 +2.
Oh, okay. +2. On a 7 to 9, hold 1.
Perfect.
I'm just
Spend the hold to. I'm gonna do take a 10+ on any move to defend or protect them. I'm gonna hold on to that.
Okay.
Well, you can pick any of them as needed.
As needed, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
Just trying
So-
to see where the moves handout is now.
Oh,
It's
here you go.
at the top.
It's stance, move, and techniques. I put it all into one.
Yep.
So if you're in combat, you just need the one.
Thank you.
All right. So I will flip some cards. And defender goes first.
Oh, all right. So I roll with focus. Oh god, I had it. There it is. On a 10+, I could choose from the list below. I'm going to use divert, which is my master technique. And then I will also retaliate as the basic one. So he's going to take 2 fatigue on his attack.
Yeah, for attacking me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you put yourself in a position to defend Quiwa.
Yeah, I'm immediately
Yes.
backing off anyways. Like as soon as they attack, I don't drop the arrow, but I back away. So there's very specifically space for Baohu to get in front of me.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, and that's all reactive stuff, so nothing actually happens quite yet. Okay.
Yep.
Next would be attackers, and
That's Aeon and Honto, and
Yep.
yeah.
and players always go first when
Okay.
there's.
All right.
So what are you attacking? Are you just like actually saying, I wonder what this trigger does?
Let's see what the roll is. Got it. Not what I wanted.
Did you want to fail? Or you wanted a
No.
10+ to... Oh, I see.
I did. Which means I'm frantically.
It's one basic or master technique.
Which means strike, pressure, smash. But pressure is probably not intending to do it through words, correct?
For
It's impress or
smash-
intimidate.
You can use words.
Okay,
be
then
like
I
the-
guess I'll kind of go along with the look. We didn't mean to do this with you. If you just stop moving, stop running, don't fight us, we will Everything's going to be okay. Just stay there and don't move. I am trying to make him not use evade. Basically, I don't want him fleeing.
Okay. I will point out that defend is what you use to flee.
Ah,
You can use both, actually,
defend?
depending on techniques.
Which is the one that was?
Well,
It's seize the position, which is the escape. Which is
Are you seizing the door?
That's the
Defend.
defend move. Yeah.
No, I don't want to escape. I just want to make it so that they cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so if you're
Aeon's
pressuring
them into not leave, basically.
Yeah, that will be next exchange, so that won't apply immediately. But okay, so next exchange they won't be able to evade and observe.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Okay.
it would be. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So Tianlo cannot evade or observe next exchange.
I like to imagine you just step in front of the door with the flamethrower, and you're like, "No, please,
Everybody,
don't move.
it's okay. Just stop moving." Yeah.
Oh.
Fire alarm
So
has just gone off here. It's probably fine. It happens every so often and has never led to anything. So
it's always good when you can safely ignore the fire alarm.
Mm-hmm. And we're gonna see a firefighter bust into your room in like
well,
20
if
minutes.
you smell smoke, don't hesitate, run.
yes. Speaking of fire, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hanto. It's Hanto's turn. Hanto has. Oh boy, Hanto has a lot of stuff he could do. Well, he's gonna start out with a jolt. So basically, he's gonna pull from his belt a familiar looking taser. It's the same type of taser that was used on you by the Fire Nation guards on the river. And he's gonna fire it at you.
I get in the way.
Yep, you can.
Yeah, I step in the way of the blows.
Okay. So you must shift your balance away from center.
Okay, where am I now? Oh, I'm more toward trust. Excellent.
And at the start of a session, how is our balance? Is it reset? Or I don't remember.
No, balance only resets when you
have a significant rest. Okay,
right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Cool. He takes 2 fatigue. Because I think the way I'm reading this is every time you're all.
Yeah, retaliate it would be every time you.
Well, it's retaliate on top of divert, which is he takes an additional fatigue.
Yep.
Because of divert.
So it's just retaliate +1.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have to use both moves.
So I guess my question is, how do you retaliate then if this is the case? Like he fires at me, and then we just see you like, if it's still a wire-based thing, do you just grab onto the wires with your earth gloves, or something?
Yeah,
like that?
Probably.
That's awesome.
And then pull him back towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yank him to the ground so he smashes his face on the floor.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, with that done, he's going to use another technique. He reaches into his belt and pulls out. How do I describe? It's so generic here. Oh, what is he going to do? He's going to do that. Okay, yeah. He reaches into his belt and he pulls out a bolo and begins swinging it around. And you notice an electrical current running through the bolo itself. And he's going to whip it again at Quiwa because he's engaged with her.
Okay. I also get in the way of that.
Okay. He's going to mark 3 fatigued. You are now trapped, stunned, and impaired.
Okay. He takes 2 fatigue for doing that. So trapped. Hold on. Trapped, stunned, and impaired.
Blinded by science.
Yep.
Look, science is a powerful thing. Why do you think I've been trying to learn from this?
And for his last move, I think
he gets 3.
He gets 3. Yep.
Yeah, he's at 2, and it's always +1.
Yep.
So he should be out of fatigue now, right?
He's marked. He's at 4. He has still 1 left. You
can
see his
but
bar.
I dealt 2 to him for his first attack.
Uh-huh.
And you dealt 2 to his second for a second attack.
He's at 2 of 10.
Oh, great.
I didn't realize he had 10.
Fun. Okay.
So unfair.
Sorry?
What's that?
Because he did 3. Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's used 8 of his 10 fatigue.
No, he said
Oh, because he's
4
marked some of his
total.
own.
Yeah, because he marked 3 to do that to me just now. So
That's epic.
I've dealt 4. He's done 3. That's 7.
And the first one cost him a fatigue as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so 8.
He's used 8 of his 10. Okay.
And for the last thing, I think he's going. He's just going to sit back, with his hands behind his. Well, actually, no. I know what he does. He grabs his. He grabs the robes that he's wearing and rips them off and casts them aside, and you can see
Oh no.
that he's wearing. It looks like a chainmail suit with a bunch of clockwork gears and levers. It's basically a scaled down version of your suit, but much more modular.
Ah.
2.0.
To his flesh?
It might be less 2.0 and
It's
more the
like
PS4
built
Slim.
on top of chainmail armor, sort of.
Yeah.
So it's
It's the slim version of it.
Yeah.
After we beat him miserably into a near-death state, it'll become fused with his flesh.
Sure. Yeah. Well,
one errant firebender, and he's in trouble.
and then he's
Oh, I
comic
just
book
mean-
villain.
I just meant his miraculous return after we think we killed him the
Oh,
first time.
the Shadow
will
of
be
Mordor?
Him that is cyborged.
Mhm.
Okay.
And he's going to stand there, strike a pose, and he's pressuring you so you can't attack in the next round.
Okay.
Can I still get in front of that?
I don't think that's
Nope.
blows. So
Crap.
No, look at retaliate. You have to each time a foe inflicts fatigue, a condition, or shifts your balance. He's doing none of those.
And I think is
okay.
that no one can attack or that I can attack because I assume he's
You,
targeting me. Okay.
Quiwa, cannot.
Okay. Perfect. Well, I'll roll for Quiwa first to see how she reacts to all of that going on. So it is creativity or harmony. My harmony's awful, so creativity it is. Oh.
6. So you can
Okay.
shift your balance to do a basic, I think.
Yep. Possibly basic or mastered?
My balance is at
One basic technique.
My balance is at 3 right now.
Mm.
So on a miss, you can shift your balance away from center to use one basic technique.
Now,
You get to shift
because
yourself out?
you can shift off the track, you still get to act. It's at the end of the exchange that you would lose your balance.
Yeah.
We haven't seen it. We
I-
have not seen Lost Balance.
We
and
haven't.
this is
I'm just not sure
in
there's
your
yet
childhood home.
anything that. Well, no.
Really pushing you to that.
Yeah. Right now, if I lose balance, it would be anti-firebender balance. Like I'd be very much like. Yeah. But for evade and observe, let me double check. I was hoping to do my learned technique and upgrade it to practice, but since I can't,
I mean, I'd say take the time just to be absolutely stunned at. Like,
yeah,
you're
I
almost-
might actually just wait. In all honesty, I'm double checking.
I mean, I don't know if Little Princess Arrow has ever held someone at knife point before.
I
You
doubt
can
it.
hinder.
I think.
Wrestle that.
I might bolster or hinder. Oh, I could hinder. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and hinder him. So.
Can you with a-
Sorry.
Yeah, shove the arrows into one of those dials.
That's I'm gonna do.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and
I-
like.
You could
You
also
wanna-
bolster and help Bao take away one of those
Please!
conditions
Please
or
get rid of
statuses.
stun.
Get rid of stunned? Oh, yeah.
I
you're
can deal with the other
basically
two.
You basically
I'm
skip a
fucked
turn while
up.
stunned. Okay, yeah, no, I get to bow and I just like quickly
Cut.
I quickly
cut it
I
away.
use the arrow to cut away the bola before it gets worse. And I'm gonna help with stunned.
Thank you.
But I go off balance if I do that.
You do.
Yeah.
Oh.
you
What
have
does
to
going
do
off
that.
balance do?
I would leave the scene and act at the end of this exchange, which would be after the other
The fight is
NPC. After the fight is over?
No, after the exchange.
Yeah, it would be basically after Tianlo goes.
Yeah.
I would do something extremely anti-firebendy.
In your firebender loyalist childhood home.
I currently can't think of anything. I want to hold that in, so I think I'll just be stunned. I'm just not going to do anything. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, I'm also stunned. Cool.
You're also
That's
stunned.
fine.
You're mechanically stunned. Kui was just
psychologically
narratively stunned.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Technically, you stumble.
Yep, and I can't attack next turn.
Correct.
Correct. All right. Tianlo, evade and observe. Oh.
Yeah. I think Quiba just freezes. She has been in... Whenever there's been a fight, she's always been at the back as an archer for the most part. But here she doesn't have her bow or anything. She is freezing.
So yeah, the camera pans over to Tianlo, who assumes a wide stance, slams his foot on the ground, and you all look down at the earth under your feet, turning into slimy, sticky mud. Any foes engaged with or acting against you in this exchange become stuck and impaired. Tianlo may use strike against each stuck foe in the next exchange, regardless of chosen approach, and in addition to any normal techniques.
So he's just gonna kick the shit out of you.
Yep, he's basically turned you into a punching bag since you can't move.
You're all in a small room. This
but
is
we're
everybody.
not engaged with him.
Yeah, we're not.
It doesn't say engage. Any foe engaged and acting against you.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so everyone move impaired down?
What if I'm already impaired?
No, it didn't say specific statuses.
Unless we are
No, impaired is a specific status.
Oh, it did say impaired? So, I didn't think.
Yes.
Okay.
So
my impaired doesn't have a pop-up message.
Engaged?
What does impaired do?
Mark 1 fatigue or take -2 to all physical actions.
Okay.
Do you have to do that right now to get rid of it?
Well, I suppose it is an and, actually. It says any foes engaged with and acting against you, not or.
It might not be the
I would
whole
assume
room.
that's like...
It might be like near, like, yeah, those next to him. Especially close. But it could be spreading over time.
Still now, okay.
Yeah, that's why I think it's like big E engaged and not just like generally engaged and attacking you.
I think it's everyone.
Yeah,
narratively it feels
it's
everyone.
strange with this game. I've read a lot of the techniques and stuff. It's very vague as to like area of effect size and things. It'll say something like in the area, which is odd.
Yeah. It might just be up for you to judge.
It's very much based on the description you gave throughout the fight, like who's where. And tracking that is sort of a pain. I'm hoping that we can figure that out as we play.
I mean,
this feels like an everyone thing.
If it's an everyone, I would say it would also potentially include Honto if it's just the whole room, is what I would argue.
I just linked the thing in chat. So
yeah,
you can read it.
Well, okay, so
we're not currently acting against him other than Aeon directly. Like,
yeah, that's why
in fight choreography, we're not acting against him.
That's what makes me think it's like whoever you're currently engaged with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, like, let's say we each had like 4 individual fights. If one person does this move, you're affecting every other fight for like nothing, right? Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
The move smash specifically calls out the battleground is changed, and that affects all of the different fights.
Oh, so it does explicitly call that out?
The on a different move, smash, it does.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I feel like
I think it's a GM call. In my
it's a flow from the narrative thing, is what it is.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I said thick mud was everybody, because it's a small room and it wouldn't take much.
Yeah, which is why my counter argument or my and is it might also affect Honto if he can't avoid it.
Yeah.
I don't know that he can use strike against the others, but I would say that the mud is still accurate.
I don't think you still can't strike someone you're not engaged with, but he can strike everyone he's engaged with at once if he wants to.
Yeah, so if someone else engages him, they're also up for mud fist.
So can I be double impaired?
No, you're impaired still.
So okay,
You're impaired by
so
2 separate things at once.
do I have to then mark 2 fatigue to get rid of it?
Just one.
Just one?
Yeah.
Okay.
You get out of
and then-
all of the impaired at once by spending the impaired.
It doesn't stack.
Okay.
It just effectively it got refreshed.
Yeah, and then I would also ask, when do you say, like, I'm gonna mark my fatigue to get rid of this impaired? Do you choose when, or does it like toggle
before
as soon as you happen?
So if you were going to mark the fatigue to get rid of it, it would be before you act in the next exchange.
Before you roll.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So
you can just take fatigue to get rid of it?
Yeah, impaired is mark 1 fatigue or take
impaired.
a penalty to the roll.
Yeah. So the issue is if you have 0 fatigue, you can't mark any fatigue, so you'll be at the -2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
that's the next exchange, I think, then.
Short break in between exchanges?
Yeah,
I think it's a good time to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take a break. We'll see what Dom is up to because something there could influence the fight.
Yeah.
And then
We cut to commercial with the mud springing out of the floor.
Yeah. We're all trapped.
Or I guess the stone office floor turning into mud.
Yeah, and everyone's sort of
like,
sinking up to their ankles.
Yeah, and there's like a rug still floating on top of it.
Yep.
I think that would probably involve Honto, but Honto's not striking it.
We'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah.